Hi, and welcome to Clearing the Chaos. And by chaos, I mean life in Dubai. Because it's exactly that until you understand how to navigate the systems that we have in place here. In this video, I want to discuss a few of the pros and cons, so that way you see that it's not all peaches and cream. And so when you come, you're actually ready to start living life and things catch you or don't catch you so off guard. Stay tuned. As someone coming from a gun culture, I must say that safety is my top of the list, a pro for living in Dubai. It is one of the safest places to live in the world. The UAE has been ranked as one of the safest countries in the world. And there are many reasons for that. I think that the reason for that is because the punishments for you violating laws are swift and they are severe. And so most people think twice about doing things that they would do in other countries. Now, since I am American, I always come from an American perspective, because I have lived in a gun culture and I have lived outside of a gun culture. I will tell you that I love living here. I love the fact that I could leave my purse somewhere and come back and it's there and intact. I love the fact that I don't have to lock my doors, or I don't have to worry about leaving my car running, because it's going to be there when I get back. I absolutely love, love, love. I'm not going to say that there is no crime, because if you read the 7 Days or the Collegiate Times, you will see that things do happen here. But I will tell you that the crime rate is very, very low. Another thing, as a Black American, my interactions with the police, or how the perception of interactions with the police based upon my experiences at home, is totally different when it comes to living here. I think I was here for 3 months before I even saw a police officer. Or a police car. And I can think back until the first day or the first interaction that I had with the police. My friend had called because someone had stolen some money, or she thought someone had stolen some money, but that's another story. And when we called the police officer, he came in, he surveyed the situation, he asked us a lot of questions, and he said, well, I'll be back because I'm going to go secure my weapon in the car. There's no need for it here. So I would just tell you that that was like music to my ears, because that's not something that we would necessarily see at home. Sometimes now it seems to be a shoot first, ask questions later, versus a place like this where not everybody is armed. Everybody is living and working together in a sense of harmony that I've never seen before. And I really appreciate the fact that it is one of the safest places to live, and I just happen to live here. All right, so the second pro for me for living here is the diversity. And I know that countries brag about having, diversity amongst their population, but it is unreal here. Because when I think about it, it's not like you are in a melting pot where everyone just kind of melts into the other person and you don't have a sense of uniqueness or your own cultural identity. And so it just becomes a blah. It's more, when I think about it, of like a salad where you have individual ingredients, and so you have individual cultures that are all appreciated, that are all celebrated. My friends now are so diverse. Like, I could be sitting in a room and it's not just Americans, it's people from everywhere, from different classes. And so that's one of the things that I really appreciate, is the diversity. And we not only rather have diversity in nationality, we have diversity in faith. So even if you're not a Muslim, even though this is a Muslim country, you're still free to worship however you choose to worship. Yes, we have churches here. As you know, a few years ago, the Pope actually visited here. So it's just the welcoming and the acceptance of differences And this is actually the year of tolerance. And even though when I first heard that it was going to be the year of tolerance, I was like, ooh, I don't want to be tolerated. But now that I see what the year is shaping up and the message that they have been trying to get out, I cannot help but to say, you know what? I do want to be understood and respected and accepted for what I have to bring to the table for my contribution to the country. And I absolutely love that. So the amount of diversity just all across the board is phenomenal. So the third pro for me about living in Dubai would have to be location. And I can say that again and again and again, location, location, and location. Because of where the UAE or Dubai is located, and I always say, sometimes you hear me say Dubai. Remember, Dubai is not a country. Dubai is a city. Dubai is an emirate, but it is not a country. But it is one of the emirates in the United Arab Emirates. So again, I usually go back and forth in using the terms interchangeably, but my focus is on Dubai. Okay. So location, you can get anywhere to Asia, Europe, Africa for here, and it's a short flight, and it's usually an inexpensive flight, and I absolutely love it. I feel that living here has afforded me several opportunities or more opportunities to visit different countries that I only studied in school. I can tell you the first time that I set foot on the soil of the continent of Africa, I was so overwhelmed with emotions, and I knew it was because I was living here that I had taken that opportunity. It made it affordable. It made it easily attainable by me living in this area. So location is also one of the pros of living here. Alrighty, my fourth pro for living in Dubai, or pro to living in Dubai, would have to be the healthcare. It's just having accessible, affordable healthcare for all. When you come over, your employer is required to provide you with medical benefits that you don't have to pay for per month like we would do at home. Well, most of us. The only thing that you typically have to pay for is your copay, and your copay is usually so inexpensive that it's almost like, is that it? Are you sure I don't owe more? Or sometimes when they say, oh no, you can go. I can go, I'm done. Oh, okay, thank you. I can't stress that enough. I remember when I went to have my daughter, and that was one of the concerns about the quality of health care that I was going to receive. And I remember going to the OB and sitting down and devising a plan based upon my medical history and coming out and feeling so confident. You know, I researched her online and all of this good stuff. So that was in place. But just the bedside manner, I really felt like I was talking to my grandmother. And the care that I received, the quality of care that I received, far surpassed my expectations. And at the end of that pregnancy, I walked away spending maybe $150 US for the whole pregnancy. And so that definitely has to be one of the pros in my book, because I know that that's not always the case, especially at home. When you come over here to work, it's already stressful enough trying to adjust to a different culture, trying to set up your life, trying to get used to money and streets and roundabouts, because there are a lot of roundabouts. So you don't want to have any additional stressors. So by this healthcare being taken care of, that is one less thing you have to worry about. And even if you did get sick, well, I have known people who have been diagnosed with cancer here, or who have had to have like emergency procedures. And I will tell you that it makes healing easier when you don't have to worry about how you are going to pay for it. I definitely have to do big ups for the healthcare. Also, something to keep in mind is that not all employers, while they have to provide for you, they don't necessarily have to provide for your dependents. But it's still affordable. You can get the same quality health care that some of the big employers offer yourself, and you just buy it for the year, and it's very affordable. And when I say very affordable, I'm talking about less than $400 a year for a very good package. So that has to be one of the pros, and that's why I made my list. Okay, y'all, this one right here, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, I could not put it number one, but you see I got my notebook so that way I can remember. Check out my last video, you would definitely see why mine is a terrible thing to waste. But this next pro is one of my favorites. And again, that's why it made it on the list. And that will have to be delivery. Yes, I am greedy. Your girl likes to eat. And I know that I can go into my app and I can have my pick of the number of restaurants, the types of cuisines that I want to enjoy for that particular meal. And it will be here in less than an hour. And I can't even explain it to you. You would have to experience the type of delivery that we have here. And when I'm home for the summer, people always say, oh girl, we got delivery, we have Uber Eats. Nah, babe, y'all cannot get with Deliveroo or Taliban. I promise you, it's just the sheer number of options that you have. And it's not only food that they will deliver. They will deliver just about anything, from laundry. Like, I don't take my stuff to the laundry. You call someone, they come pick it up, they'll bring it back to you. I even heard this one guy say, I even had the guy hanging up in my closet, and I was just like, okay, bro, you going a little too far. But that's what's available. They will deliver gas. And I'll put a link to the app below, or I might stick the picture up here, because I was actually driving down Sheikh Zayed, and I saw the huge billboard, and I had already read it on an article on Facebook, and I was just like, okay, now we're going too far. Y'all gonna deliver gas to my car? And yep, they sure would, and they let you know. But they saw a need in the market. They realized that it's hot, people are tired, we'll bring the gas to you. You don't even have to come out. And the funny thing is in Dubai, we don't even get out of the cars to pump our own gas. If you tried that, the attendants would be looking at you like, okay, what are you doing? So the fact that not only that you don't have to pump it, but now you don't even have to drive to the gas station. You don't have to go to the grocery store. You can just go open your app. I love InstaShop. Shout out to the people at InstaShop. You go on, and everything that's available in the supermarket, you can drop it into your little cart and they will bring it to you. Absolutely just amazing. The fact that, now this is, I would tell you, now this is the one that takes the cake. And when one of my friends posted it, I was like, okay, now we really have gone too far. But do you know that they will bring an ATM machine to your house so you can get cash if you need it? Like, did you know that? How awesome is that? Because you're always home and you don't have any money, and they'll just on the app, and they'll bring a whole ATM machine to your house for you to get the cash that you need. Now, it actually started to help people of determination, which is with people who may have some physical disabilities or physical limitations, and they don't have that easy accessibility. And so they started that service, and I think it's wonderful. So one of my pros would have to be, I'm gonna tell you, delivery. I ordered delivery early today, and I'll probably order delivery again tomorrow, and I'm not ashamed of it. So pro number 6, and this is for all of you guys who always like to, or who are about that social life. I'll tell you, I'm really not about it. But when I want to do something, I can do almost anything that I want to do, whether it's attend a concert, whether it's going ice skating in the middle of the desert, whether it's going skiing or snowboarding, or anything that you can think of that you would want to do, you can do it. There is a ladies' night nearly every single night. And when I say that the ladies' night packages are like off the charts, trust me when I tell you, you can go every single night to some place and basically eat and drink for free if that's your thing. You don't have to, but the option is available. And you know, we love having options in life. And so that has to be one of the pros. It's just the number of things that you are exposed to, the number of things that you can do. Like many people come to Dubai, they always want to go to the desert. They want to go sand duning. I mean, just how many opportunities? Do you want to have dinner in the sky? Guess what? You can do that here. Anything that you can think of is available to you. Now, whether you take advantage of it or not, that's fine. But if you're like me, when I want to do it, I love knowing that it's an option. That has to be one of my pros. Okay, now, so I live in Dubai, I work in Dubai. I basically love being in Dubai, but I cannot lie. Everybody doesn't like it. And there are some things that make you say, okay, why am I here? I remember one of my girlfriends, she's moved to Spain now, but one of my girlfriends, she used to say, we both came over here at the same time together, and she used to say, when I would ask her how she was doing, she was like, I hated a little less today. And I would be like, really? And she was like, yeah, I hated a little less. And so I recognize the fact that it's not for everybody. Everyone doesn't like everything. So I can go on and on and on about some of the pros, but let's look at some of the cons. Some of the things that I just frankly do not like. I deal with, I address if I have to, but it's like, I just do not like this. Some things I can't do anything about it. So here are my cons. Con number one, and it's actually tied to the location, is this heat. This heat in Dubai is just straight disrespectful. I walked outside today to do bus duty and felt like someone had punched me in the face. It was like, oh my God, the humidity was so thick that I didn't even want to think. I didn't even want to breathe. The only thing I wanted to do was to get back in the air conditioning because it was so very hot. And when I say that it is hot, like I see your little memes where you have the sun and then you have your state or whatever, and then you have the earth. Come check out this 120 degrees. Come check out this is 128 degrees and it feels like 150. You feel like you're melting. You walk outside and I wear glasses, so my glasses are instantly fogged up. It's like instantly I'm pouring sweat. My deodorant just turned in its resignation. It quit. It's so hot. So for those of you who are planning to just visit, my suggestion is that you visit between November and February. That's when you will have the nicest weather. And it's so funny because during that time, girl, we be having jackets and boots on, like it's really, really cold. But for us, when, you know, you can get up to 120 degrees Fahrenheit to drop to 70, it is cold, but whew, I need somebody to work on this heat because it is hot like you have never felt heat before. My second con, something that I do not like at all, is the ranking of nationalities and the treatment sometimes that you will see that you get as an American versus someone else gets as a someone from one of the, let's say, Asian or African countries. I absolutely do not like it. I don't like it when they do it to themselves, and I don't like it when others do it to them. So we have a little hierarchy here, and it's based for the most part on nationality. So you have your Emiratis or the citizens of this country, then you have your Arabs, and then you have like your expats, and then you have like your workers and your laborers. And again, usually the ranking is based upon your job and your nationality. I absolutely hate the treatment. I fuss at them if they accept the treatment, and I fuss at like my kids or my colleagues or some of my friends when I see them buying into that mentality. At the end of the day, we are all one. At the end of the day, we all come over here for a reason, and it's usually to live a better life and send money home to our family and make sure that we're securing the bag. And we don't have time to be looking at someone because, you know, they are a worker and, you know, they make so little as if they're less than. I don't like that hierarchy. I don't like that treatment. That's all I'm gonna say about it in this video. But trust me, it really, really bothers me. The third con, it will have to be the lack of urgency, because there is no urgency with anything. When I first came over here, I went to set up to get my cable and internet turned on. And the lady, she gave me some options. Well, I'm used to options at home. You know, at home you can say, they'll say, you know, you can wait from 9 to 12, from 12 to 2, from 2 to 4, something for, you know, the installer to come to your house. Here, this lady gave me options of from 9 to 4, from 9 to 5, or from 9 to 6. Ma'am, you want me to sit at home all day? And she was fine with it. And if one more person tells me, when I ask them, okay, is this going to be done, or can we do this? And you say, inshallah, inshallah what? I need it done, and I need it done now. So usually when they say, inshallah, inshallah, I be like, inshallah now. Can we get it done? There is no sense of urgency. It's a good thing and it's a bad thing, but mostly it's a bad thing because I need it done. And I really need it done now. I need you to tell me when you're going to come. I need you to tell me when you're going to be open. I need for you to work like you're at work when I'm in your place of business. I don't want to wait for you to finish your tea before we can have a meeting. I don't want to start the meeting late because, you know, you're still stirring. Come on, people. We have stuff to do, and y'all, it's taking a long time. But as one of my students told me, Miss, we not gonna rush, so you might as well calm down. And he right. No sense of urgency. That is definitely one of my cons. All right, my next con will have to be personal space. People do not respect your personal space here. And when I don't know what my neighbor doing. Do y'all hear that? Because I hear it. It's like you in the line, this is you and this is them. Excuse me, could you back up? Like, you can be at the bank, you can be checking out. It's like people do not understand or respect that I need my personal space. I want to say back, give me 50 feet, like something, but they are right there as if you are in the same party. And everybody doesn't wear deodorant. And so I'm just like, first of all, I don't want to see you, I don't want to feel you, and I definitely do not want to smell you. Can you please back up? This is definitely one of my cons. So if you are here and you're visiting and people get really, really close to you and you feel like you are really violating my personal space, no, they're not doing it intentionally. Most of them don't even realize that it's inappropriate. And I think it's only inappropriate for some of us. It's definitely inappropriate for me. Can you back up, please? That is what I would like to say. Thank you. My last con that I'm going to discuss in this video will have to be the thing that nobody really talks about, and that is the feeling of homesickness that appears every now and then. And I'm fortunate to be here with my family. And even with that, you miss stuff at home. You miss the graduations, you miss the weddings, you know, parents get sick, things happen, and it's like you feel helpless. And then there are times when you just crave to be back around your normal. You just want to be back around the level of crazy that you know. You don't want someone else's crazy. I want my own crazy. I don't want your chaos. I want my own chaos. And I know we never really talk about it, but that is one of the cons of living abroad. And to go along with that is most of the free calling options like Skype, FaceTime, WhatsApp, those things are all blocked here. And so it's like, okay, I even have to pay extra to talk to the people that I love or to video chat with them. It would be just nicer if that was an option. So that's one of the things that you really don't talk about. Nobody really says, it doesn't come across in the pictures when, you know, everybody posted up in front of the Burj or they telling you about brunching. They don't tell you about those moments of sadness and homesickness. No one really focuses on it, but it's a reality. So when you come, I will suggest that you build your tribe, especially if you're coming by yourself. Find ways to get connected and to stay connected with your family. Find ways or find people here, get on Facebook groups, build relationships with your colleagues because the homesickness is real. You need the support because you have stressors at work and you don't have anyone to go to sometimes to tell them what's going on. Even when you tell your family back at home, they really don't understand it because it's not their experience. So I would say that that's definitely one of the cons, is missing family and friends and craving what you knew to be normal and missing events. My godson just graduated and I hated the fact, and my goddaughter, and I hated the fact that I couldn't be there. It's a very long flight for a turnaround and we still got a month left of school. So that is definitely a con for me. I want to say thank you for spending the last few moments with me as I discuss the pros and cons of living here in Dubai. And I will tell you, I don't like to talk to myself. I like to interact and to engage with others. So what are some of the things that you think would be a pro or a con about living here in Dubai? Or some of the things that you have experienced or heard of? Drop that in the comments below so that way we can start a dialogue. I also invite you again to like my channel or subscribe to my channel. That's the proper terminology on YouTube. To go ahead and subscribe and ring the bell so that way you will get notifications when I upload new videos. I upload videos weekly on Thursdays because that's the head of the weekend here, and I'm usually very excited. That is Thursday. You can also connect with me on Facebook. I'm on Instagram at Clearing the Chaos. So again, I want to say thank you for your time, your attention, and I look forward to your discussions. As always,